Eccoci qua!
Sono veramente contento che siate qui con me oggi.
Anche oggi, mattina, pomeriggio, sera, notte. Dai, facciamo partire i secondi.
Mi stai guardando?
Ma mi stai ascoltando? Devi seguirmi.
Ti vedo, eh?
Adesso li faccio ripartire quando sei più attento. Metti giù il telefono e guarda tranquillamente questa chiacchierata. Secondo me ti diverti.
Viviamo il presente. E nel caso non dovessimo più vederci, buon pomeriggio, buonasera e buonanotte.
Eccoci qua. Hello Mike.
Hello Lucio, it's good to see you.
Good afternoon. Also on your town is afternoon. Thank you, Mike. And what day is today?
What day is today?
Yeah.
The 1st of August. It's a Tuesday.
The first, 2023. Here in Italy, it's 6:36 p.m. And where are you?
I'm in Birmingham, which is the second city of the United Kingdom of England and Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. And if anyone tells you that Manchester is the second city, they're wrong, because Birmingham is city number 2. A little bit like your Milan, yeah?
Ah, yeah.
Milan, I
Like,
think, is your second city.
Rome the first, Milan the second.
Yeah, we are the British Milan.
Yeah.
we're about 100 miles from England, from London, which is about 160, 170 kilometers from London.
No, Rome from Milan, it's about 700.
Yeah. That's a long way, isn't it? Yes, we're a small country, really.
Yeah.
Of course, when I saw you in Austria, in Graz, I had travelled to Graz via Milan. The way I got to Graz in Austria was to fly from London to Milan and to Vienna, and then get the train to Graz. So long way round, but it didn't cost much money.
If you plan next time you come in Bologna and we go directly by car.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I've never been to Bologna, so that would be good.
So you come and first we eat tortellini and second we go to Graz.
Excellent.
So, Mike, where we meet?
Where we meet? What?
Where me and you, we meet the first time.
Yeah, we met for the first time in Graz.
Met, not meet, met.
Yeah.
I think it's not the first time because for me, you already do another installation of Spencer.
Yes, I did. Yes, I've done lots of installations. Yes.
So I think we met another time, but we don't speak.
Ah, right. Where was that? Was that in Brussels?
No, I stay in Graz another time where there was the plane.
No, it's not that. It was the first time I'd been to Graz. I've been to Vienna.
In Vienna, in the stadium.
In the stadium, yeah, I was in the stadium in Vienna. So we
was
were there together.
It was my first time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Not my first.
So we meet in an installation of the photographer Spencer Tunick from USA. And how do you meet Spencer the first time?
The first time I met Spencer in UK, in the United Kingdom, in England, and it was in a city called Gateshead. Now, Gateshead is in the north of England, and it was in 2005. And my friend told me, of course, in 2005, communication was so much more difficult than it is now. Now we have lots of different ways of communicating, but in 2005, it was much harder to communicate. And so to know about Spencer Tunick doing a photographic installation, it was not well known. Now we always know when these are happening, but in 2005, he wasn't so famous and communication wasn't so good. But my friend, he said he gave me a cutting from a newspaper, and it said Spencer Tunick, photographer from New York, is going to be doing art in Gateshead on such and such a date in, I think it was July 2005. And so I found a little bit more about it, and I went along, and it was such good fun that I have now participated in 22 more installations with Spencer Tunick. So 23 altogether now in something like 18 years, 19 years.
I'm only 3 again.
I don't think I heard you correctly then.
Do you see me now?
I can see you, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
I
there
can
is
see
a
you
problem
well.
there is a problem
I think
of
there was a
connection.
problem with the sound, yes. I can hear you now.
Okay, no, I told you I stay 3 times in Graz with Spencer and 1 in Vienna. I never stay with out of Austria, but we speak about you and not of only of Spencer. And who is Mike Ward in 1 word?
In one word.
Yeah.
Who is Mike Ward? It's me.
Okay, so Picchio Tenace Rock from Modena, North Italy, say good evening to you. He switched the live on a radio in Rome, and also so excuse me, Mike, but the connection is so bad today. Maria Lenzo say goodbye to you. Good afternoon. She's from Sicily Island in the south of Italy. And we began with the photo. I hope my phone connection is good. This one.
Okay. So I'll
You
tell
are
you about this. I tell
you
you about
are you are free to say what do you want.
Well, because all of the people that I'm going to talk about don't know that I'm going to be talking about them, then I'm not going to give any names. So, but this young lady here, she was 9 years of age, and we were at school together. We were at what we call primary school when we were 9, and she was my favorite friend in the school. But and when when the photographer comes to the school and he takes photographs of all the children, and we exchange photographs. You know, I give my photograph, she gives
Yes.
her photograph, and soon after we change the photographs, exchange the photographs, I have to go into hospital because I have bad tonsils.
Yes.
So I go into hospital for tonsillectomy to have my tonsils removed, and I take in the photograph of my friend here. And when I am recovering from the operation, her photograph is on my locker, my bedside table, next to my bed in the hospital. And there are, this is a big room full of lots of children, lots of other boys, and they throw orange peel at the photograph.
And where is your photo now?
Well, I still have the photograph, of course, but we were at school together. We were 9 then. We are both 69 now, and between the ages of 11 and 47, we had no contact whatsoever. We went to, when we were 11, we went to different schools. I went to a school for boys, and she went to a school for boys and girls, but different school. And so from 1965 until 2001, we not see each other at all. But in 2001, we meet up again. I think it was 2002 actually, and now we're good friends again, and we're now 69.
So we must meet again.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We met again after all these years. Yeah.
So you must to take contact with her and tell that she do the live also her.
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
You take contact with her again and you tell her that I want to make a live with her because I see her photos.
Well, we're good friends. We're good friends. But I live on my own. She lives on her own, but we're good friends.
Okay.
But we're friends again now for so many years. Aha! Now these people, the young man, he is my younger brother, and the little girl, she is my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So as you see from the photograph, this was nine. No, this was 39, 39 years ago in July 1984. 39 years ago. My brother, he was 17, and my daughter, she let me think, she was yeah, she was 4. Yeah, he's 17, she's 4 there, and obviously these are people who are big part of my life for many years, and I see my daughter every week, and I see my brother sometimes. He very clever man. He is Doctor of Philosophy in nuclear physics, but in 2006 he decides that he doesn't want to work, and so he gives up work, and for the last 17 years he doesn't work. And he's very old-fashioned. He won't use his phone. You know, we all have these smartphones now. Well, not him. He won't have a phone. He gets a phone, and the battery, it goes flat, and he thinks, I'm not going to bother to charge it up. So he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a car, and he lives a very simple life. And of course, he's now 56, but he was 17 in the photograph.
I think without phone, he really have a good life.
Well, he seems to enjoy it. He's very happy, and his life is so different to mine, because I love the modern technology. I love the fact that we can be watching each other and talking to each other, with me in UK and you in Italy, and he just lives in his house on his own, and he cooks meals for himself every day, and sometimes he'll go out. He probably goes out every day, but he goes for a walk, and he goes to get food for him to cook for himself, and he goes to the library to go on the internet. So he's on the internet, but he goes to the library every day because he doesn't have a phone and he doesn't have a computer.
He live on the real world.
Yes, you could say that. Yeah. Yes, not the virtual one. Now my sport is badminton. I love badminton. And I first played when I was 16, and then when I was about 31, I joined a badminton club in Birmingham in UK, and this club, they play on Tuesday evening. Every week, Tuesday evening, play badminton.
I never understand how it's possible to play badminton.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, you know, you're good at some things and I'm not good at other things. But badminton is the sport I'm best at, and so I like to play. And I joined in 1986, and this club, we still play every Tuesday evening. We play badminton, same club, some of the same people still after all these years, and the people here are two members of the badminton club from 1986. The man, sadly he died in 2000. He was 66 and he died in 2000. And but the lady is still going. She's still very fit and well. And one year we won a tournament. We got a trophy. Yeah, we got a trophy because we were the best pair at badminton.
And you play on badminton only in UK, or you go also outside?
Only in UK, because although it is my best sport, I'm not that good. I'm not so good that I play in a team for England. But I'd still play every week on a Tuesday, and of course I'll be playing tonight. this evening I play at 2010. Now, for many years, I was a politician. I was a Liberal Democrat councillor, Liberal Democrat member of Birmingham City Council. And of course, you have to be elected. So when it's election time, we go and we put posters on the lampposts. And this is me in, I think, 1995, climbing the ladder, putting the poster up on the lamppost, and then onto the next lamppost and another poster. And we do this, we put perhaps 100 posters up, all in one day. And there they stay for a few weeks. And then I win the election, yeah. And then the next week, we have to go around and take them all down.
And how change UK from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now?
Oh, UK has changed a lot, but everywhere has changed. The world has changed a lot, hasn't it? And we have the same issues in Britain as you do in Italy, I guess. You know, sometimes we have we have conservatives, sometimes we have socialists, sometimes we have fascists, sometimes we have some communists, sometimes liberals even. Changes a lot.
I'm looking where is Birmingham? Is in the center of UK, less or more.
Yes, in the centre. Yes, that's right, in the centre.
So, this one.
Ah, yes, this is my other daughter. You saw the one daughter earlier. She's my elder daughter in the other photograph. This is my younger daughter, and in this photograph she was 10. And in Britain, we get some snow. Scotland, they get lots of snow. South of England, very little snow. But one year when she was 10, she wanted to play in the snow. She wanted to build a snowman. She wanted to have a snowball fight. And we waited for the snow. And in Birmingham, no snow came. No snow came at all. And so I heard that about 100 kilometers to the north, there was some snow. And so this was on the day after Christmas Day. I drove us to the 100 kilometers north, and so that we could find some snow and we could build a snowman and we could have a snowball fight. And that's what we did.
I read that the climate change also in Birmingham, in London, it was more hot than the other year.
Yeah, that's right. We used to get far more snow in winter than we do now. In Birmingham, we have a little bit of snow, maybe once or twice in the winter, but I remember 1963, we have lots of snow. In 1981, we have lots of snow. Even in 2010, we had lots of snow. But since then, not much snow.
I remember the last time in 83 or 84, where I live, it was less 24 degrees.
Yeah.
Under zero.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I like this typology of climate. So cold. I prefer cold than hot.
Yes, I remember you said that. Yes, you like cold weather. Yeah,
I
yeah.
tell you in graph.
You tell me in Graz, yes. And of course, you are right, really, because when it is cold, you can wear lots of clothes and
Yeah,
you can be warm. If the weather is hot, then it doesn't matter how little you wear, you're still too warm. So you have
you
it right. You are correct.
you keep out the skin.
Yeah, yeah. Aha. The building at the back is Buckingham Palace, and that is where the British monarch lives. Now it is King Charles. At that time, it was Queen Elizabeth. But that is Buckingham Palace, which is the royal house in the centre of London. And because I was a councillor, I had the privilege to go to a party, a garden party in the garden at Buckingham Palace, and this was in 1995. And
Ah,
I had the opportunity to take a guest. Well, in 1995, as now, I had no wife, so I asked this lady, and she is the Avon lady. Now, if anyone in Britain will know what the Avon lady is. Um, Avon is a cosmetic company, and they sell their products through agents. And this lady was an agent for Avon Cosmetics, and she knocked my door
mhm.
to sell her Avon cosmetics to me. And I asked her if she'd like to come to Buckingham Palace with me, and she did.
How is live with a queen or a king? What change differently than live in Italy? Live in Italy.
Well, um, I, I don't know what it's like not having a king or a queen, as in Italy, but in UK, the Queen was our head of state for 70 years, but she was very sensible. The Queen always knew that she had no real power because she was just a figurehead, a ceremonial head of UK, and so she would never interfere. She would always say the right thing. Um, she would be she would not be political. Um, she knew how to be queen. That was the best way to be, and that is how she was. Well, now we have a king, and we've only had a king now for less than 1 year, and because he will be sensible too, because he had 70 years to watch how his mother was the monarch, and
Yeah.
so he knows how to do the job because he watched very closely. But the real power, the power in the UK is with the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson before him.
Yeah.
These are the people with power, not the King or the Queen.
Who was or who is the best minister?
Who's the best at what?
Minister of England.
Oh, the best Prime
I
Minister.
think the best was Margaret Thatcher.
Well, a lot of people would agree with you. Margaret Thatcher was very effective Prime Minister, um, but she made a lot of changes which were maybe not good. not all good changes. We've had lots of good prime ministers. Tony Blair, he was okay, but he wanted to have a war with Iraq, which was bad. John Major, he's very sensible now. He's a very sensible voice now that he's not prime minister. So we've had some good ones, but unfortunately, the last few haven't been so good. And we're in 2010. We had David Cameron until 2017 and 2016, and he unfortunately gave us referendum on whether to stay in the European Union, and unfortunately Britain voted to leave, which I think is bad, because I want to be part of a European community.
It's so strange when you made the referendum, no? For an Italian man, I think also what change on the future. Because also I asked to some friend to come to make the installation of Spencer in UK last month, and they told me I haven't the passport.
Yeah,
I think it's true, but I have the passport is good for me, but until Brexit, it's free for all people of Europe, and it's so strange. This.
yeah. I've always thought that I might like to live in another European country, and this was possible, but not now. Now I have to ask if I want to go to somewhere in Europe now to live. I have to ask, and I don't want to have to do that. I mean, UK is all right. I like it here. I will probably stay here, but it was good to have the choice. I had the choice, and now I have to stay, and I don't like being told I've got to live here now. Every time I travel a lot, and when I travel to European countries, then now I have to have my passport stamped, and it takes time. I feel European. I want to be a European citizen, not just UK citizen. Ah, yes. Chambers of Sutton, Ford dealer. You know Ford? Ford the cars, yeah? Very familiar.
I had two car of Ford.
Yeah, right. Well, I worked for Ford for many years, from 1979 until 2007, and I work in lots of different places. Sometimes in office, sometimes in Ford dealer, and this place was where I worked for 6 years, and I used to help people buy cars by lending them money so they could buy the cars. We called it hire purchase, and I worked for 6 years for this company, Chambers of Sutton Ford, and the man in the middle with the blonde hair, he's the boss. He's 4 years younger than me, but he was the boss of the company, and he was a good man. But if ever we had a weekend when we did not sell many cars, then he just used to go crazy, and we'd go into a meeting on the Monday morning, and he would be crazy because we'd not sold enough cars. The rest of the time he was fine, but Monday mornings he was just crazy man sometimes. But often, when we sleep, we dream. Well, if I have a dream that I dream more than anything else, it's about when I was working. I find myself working there with him at Chambers of Sutton. That's my recurring dream. That I find myself, and I'm usually glad to wake up because usually there's some problem, and then I wake up and I think, oh, it was all a dream, and that's okay.
And why? Wait a moment. I put this photo. Why the industry of cars produce more car than to sell? Why the market is wait, I must translate in English. Why all home the car home the industry produce many cars also if they don't sell it?
Well, I can remember sometimes there were fields full of cars, and they made too many cars for more than people wanted, and sometimes there were lots of fields with cars in. Ah, gosh, you found that?
Yeah.
That's where I work. Yeah, I work in there's another building to the left side, and that is the car showroom. Well, that's where I worked. Yeah, it looks so familiar. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes they made too many cars, and they couldn't sell them. But in later years, um, usually if you want a new car, you have to order it, and they make it to your specification. So a little bit more. I think they call it a sort of lean stocking policy now. They don't fill the fields with cars and hope to sell them. They wait until people order them now, and you have to wait to get them. But I retired in 2008. Yeah, 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 yeah. You got it. Yeah, yeah. Keep going, keep going, keep
Where?
going. Yeah, that's right. Keep going that way. Keep going that way. A little bit more. No, no, no. A little bit more. Keep going to the left. No, no, the other way. Go the other way. Go the other way.
Here.
There we are. Yeah, just coming in at the. Keep going. Can you go further? It's on the right now. So no, 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 no. There, yes, yeah. Keep going. There we are. That's where I was. I worked in there. Yeah, that's where I worked for 6 years, 1995 to 2002, and it keeps cropping up in my dream. Ah, yes, yes. I say I live on my own. I'm not married. I've had two wives, and my first wife, we lived together for 8 years, from 1980 until 1988, and my second wife, we lived together between 1999 and 2002. But then when my second wife left me, um, I met this lady here. She's American. She's from the United States, and I met her on a dating agency. Um, everybody meets online now. Tinder and other other online apps where you can meet people. Well, in the old days, you didn't have any of those, but we had dating agencies, and I joined a dating agency, and I met that lady who was from the United States, and we had little chats, probably by email or but maybe by chatting online, and she came over to visit me from America, and she stayed for 3 weeks, and we got on very well. She was lovely, and then because I was still working at the time, I had to go back to work just for about the last 3 days of the time that she was staying with me, and so I went to work, and I came home in the evening, and what I didn't know was that she had a problem with alcohol, and so she was actually an alcoholic, and she hadn't had any alcohol for many years because of being alcoholic. But while I was at work, she found all the alcoholic drinks in my house, and she drank them all. And so when I came home, she was just drunk, and I suppose that's how the relationship ended, really, after 3 weeks, because it turned out she had a very big drinks problem. But she was lovely, but obviously she had an issue with alcohol. So she went back to America, and I know that within about 6 months she had met another man, and she married him.
Huh?
And I hope she's well, and I hope she's sober, because she was lovely, but she had her issues.
On the next time we meet in Austria, in Graz or where, I want to tell to my friend this one. Teresa is the first time she write to me here on the live. She is a professor of English, and I want to tell her if she can come with us to Spencer, so you can meet her also. And yes, Teresa, when I meet her, I think about 8 years ago, she is the Marilyn Monroe of Bologna. And you must meet her.
Yeah. Maybe we can meet, and she stand above the grating where the air comes up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Teresa?
She got to answer you. And the crazy and particular thing of the installation of Spencer is that all people are naked, no? And there is and nothing happened. Like you speak about the social to meet people or this. On the installation of Spencer, we meet so many people, and we are all naked, and nothing happened because the art is the first thing to do.
That's right. It's all about the art.
Yeah, and many people ask me what kind of art is go in a photo naked. Tell to the people, explain you, because I also tell all the people who are inside the photo, they are a little part of the art, no? Of the, how is opera? Opera is in opera, opera
Opera.
of the work of the photo. And
Yeah.
but all the people don't understand why we need this kind of installation. Try to explain to all the people.
Yeah. Well, I think that of the people who take part in the Spencer Tunick installations, some of the people are there for the art. They want to be part of the art. But there are also people a little bit like me. I mean, I want to be part of the art, but I also I have to accept I'm one of those people who is comfortable having no clothes on in public. And it's something that I've done now for 20 years. And so, given that Spencer Tunick, for his art, needs lots of people who are willing to be without clothes, so that he can take their photograph, I feel that I should take part because I can help him do his art because I'm willing to be naked. And but if you like, the nakedness for me came before the art, in that I'd always sort of been a little bit fascinated by the fact that that there are people who like to be nudists or naturists, and in 2003 I decided it was something I wanted to try. And so I went along to a beach in England, which um, was known to be a beach where people go without clothes. And I thought I'll go and I'll see whether I like it. And I went along, and this is where we come to the last photograph. You will show a picture of a lady from Essex
Yeah,
who,
I have on also I have two photo.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
want to, I put it now.
yeah. Put the last one now, because this lady experienced with me um, taking our clothes off on a beach in Essex, which is a county in England,
Yeah.
not too far from London, in 2003. Neither of us had ever been naked in public before, but on that day in August 2003, we both stripped off, no clothes, on the beach, and for my part, I loved it. I don't know whether it's something that she's ever done again, but she was there with me the first time I took my clothes off in public, and it was doing that that made it possible for me to want to take part in Spencer Tunick's art.
Yeah.
And so this was why 2 years later I did, in Gateshead, and why I've been every time since, because I'm one of those people who's comfortable naked, and so you know he needs people to go to his installations, otherwise he couldn't do his art. So I do it because I like being naked, but it's good to be part of the art as well.
And also all people speak looking on the eyes and not
Yeah, that's
looking
right.
on the other
Exactly. Yeah,
side
we
of
do.
the body.
We find ourselves making eye contact with each other because,
Yeah.
quite honestly, it's just not the thing to do to stare at people. So we're very careful. We look at each other's eyes all the time, and but it's hard now for me after all these years to quite remember how different it is before you've actually tried. So, until 2003, I would have been very, very shy about being naked in the company of other people. But now it is so easy, and so it's my duty. It's almost my duty to take part
Mhm.
in Spencer's art. And I mean, I was on a TV program in 2008. People in England may have heard of Trini and Susanna, and they were two sort of they were stylish young ladies, stylish young women who did TV programs about fashion, and they needed 300 people to go to a big field in England and strip off, and
Yeah.
so you know I thought I've got to do this because I'm one of those people who will.
And also, I think that the people don't have shame to show the body, but the people must have shame to kill people. This,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the way some people are about nudity, you would think it was like really bad, and yet it's nothing like killing people. But I
yeah,
tell you what, most people, well, everybody I've ever known who has stripped off in public for the first time, everybody says how liberating it is, how it just feels great to not be encumbered by clothes, and also um, to have made that step to just to be yourself and not be covered up with clothing. So I mean, I'm biased, of course, but I recommend it. And the last photograph, which, yeah, because we jumped one, didn't we? I missed this one out. I forgot about this one. Um, what this was, I went to Cuba in 2001 with my second wife when we were still married. It was a sort of delayed honeymoon, but the we were on this beach in Cuba, and I didn't do nudity in those days. It was before 2003, but we were on this beach in Cuba, and it was so warm and sunny, and there was no shade at all. And I remember feeling a little bit faint and leaning against some rocks, and the next thing I knew, I was on the sand, and everybody was around me fussing because I'd just fainted, and I'd slid down the rock, and the marks you see on my back are where I slid down the rock and grazed my skin. Um, and Well, I had to go and get cleaned up, and probably had to see. I think I had to see the doctor for about $25 in Cuba. But a lot of the people in the tourist industry in Cuba are actually doctors, because they can earn more in the tourist industry than they can in the medical profession in Cuba. But yeah, that was the last but one photograph. But I forced you, didn't I, to change the order, Lucio?
so I put now a link of a project I'm doing in Sicily that I want to stop for 1 week a year. All the people who want to join this project, and I will send you the link later. And
Okay.
I give you 1 minute to tell us what you have, the first thing you have on your brain and want to leave to the other people.
Well, we've talked about nudity, we've talked about naturism, we've talked about stripping off for art. I would say to anybody, don't be hung up about nudity. If you can only try once to go on a nudist beach and just be yourself with no clothes whatsoever. Let's face it, if it's warm enough, you don't need clothes to keep warm. I would say just try it, because the first time is difficult, but then it's never difficult again, and you do feel such freedom.
And I make the first time with 2,000 people, because I think nobody can see me inside on 2,000 people. And then
Yeah,
I make
that's right.
the little installation.
That's right. If a photograph's got 2,000 people in, they're not going to spot you, are they?
But someone of the newspaper Repubblica make a shooting, and I am on a newspaper, on Repubblica, a newspaper of Italy, and I tell, this is me, and all people of Italy see me. But no problem. Project from tomorrow until next 6 months
6 months.
of your project. What do you do from tomorrow to next 6 months? What do you do?
Okay. What will I do? Well, I shall do lots of things, but to do with your project, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Sicily
Yeah.
sounds good. Never been.
And I tell you, I'm planning something in Italy, but I don't tell you because I don't send the mail to plan it. But if I can plan something, some installation in Italy, you must take the plane and come here to help me.
Sounds good to me. I shall look forward to it.
So now it is. Now you can make me a question.
Well, I ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not inquisitive enough, am I? I'm just not inquisitive enough. What are you going to do with this interview now?
No, I'm thinking that we speak more now than the other time in Graz. We speak more today,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I must do many interview in English because I'm leaving the world, and it is so difficult for me to explain, because on the last interview I make many in Spanish,
Right.
so the vocabulary of the brain is Italian Spanish, and
Yeah.
I must switch, and I think in Spanish, I think in Italian, and I need to make many interview in English, and I think I write you, and also I call you to speak, and we stay in contact to make better my English.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, I like this interview because I don't know less or more anything about you, because we meet only on the car, on my car, with other people who come
Right.
on the installation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on the installation, we speak, I think, 10 minutes,
Yeah.
15 minutes. And later, if you have the photo, you can show it.
Right.
So, if you can change one thing in the world now, what do you change it?
Well, I just want everybody to be at peace. I mean, I just, it just, I find it so annoying that people, what I mean, like Putin wants power, and he wants land back, and I mean, I don't know. I suppose I suppose the Ukrainians are right to stand up to Putin. But I just think there's so much unnecessary killing and so much unnecessary fighting in the wars that we. I've always looked forward to the day when nobody fights anyone. But am I just being idealistic? So I just want everybody to live at peace with each other. And I'm sure if we all had no clothes on, we'd be far more likely to have peace.
And if you must leave your home in 5 minutes to go in another side, you don't know where, without come back, what do you take with you? One thing.
Well, I'd probably take my phone in the hope that I got Wi-Fi and power. Because, what do I have with me more than anything else? I mean, it's my phone. I mean, in my case, I'm more likely to have my phone than I am to have clothes on. So I wouldn't bother taking any clothes in case the weather was warm. But I'd want my phone. Yeah, I am so much into the 21st century that my mobile phone is of great value to me.
So I leave you alone for 1 minute. You can do what do you want, and you can tell you what do you want, and I come back.
Well, fancy giving me a minute to talk about whatever I want. Well, peace on earth. I'm not religious. I don't feel the need for a god. We need to make our own decisions for ourselves, but we need to live our lives without interfering with others. And if everybody was like me, the world would be a very different place, but we wouldn't be fighting each other. But it'd be very different because, well, I often think about all the money that is spent on buying things, and things do nothing for me anymore. Life is all about experiences, and this is why I like to travel and why I like to think of myself as a European rather than an Englishman. Um, what else can I say? Was that nearly a minute?
Yeah. So, come si dice invadente? So, intrusive moment. Do you have a red book near you?
Red book.
Yeah.
No, I've got a black one and a blue one.
The blue one.
No, it's a blue box actually. Looks like a book, but it's a box.
Ah, okay. It's not a book.
No, it's not a book. I've got a black book, but not a
Okay.
blue one.
Take the black, go on the page 18 and read the line number 10.
Lucio, it's not so much a book as a ring binder. It's a binder with things in. I can read you from one page of it if you like.
Okay.
But it's not page 18, and it's not a book in the traditional sense. It says, certificate for crossing the sands of Morecambe Bay, guided by the Queen's guide, Michael Wilson. I certify that Michael Ward crossed the sands of Morecambe Bay on the 20th of June, 2021. Signed by Michael Wilson and Cedric Robinson, MBE. I'm sorry, that's the best I can do for you.
No problem. Do you have the photo of graph to show to the people?
Yeah.
If you want.
I haven't got the Graz one here. It's somewhere else in the house. I can show you. This was in Spain. This is Valencia.
Wow.
Yeah. See that?
Now I show you, Mike. Wait a moment. I make you a surprise.
Hello. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Teresa.
Are you from London? No.
No, I'm from Birmingham, which is the second
yeah.
city.
Yeah. I lived in London for 7 years. That's why first I thought you were American, and then I recognized your English accent.
Yeah, that's right. I love London. I would like to live in London. I never have, but I love London because there is so much going on in London that I do love it. I love to visit. But never lived there.
I asked to Teresa for 2 years to make the live, and she told ever no. But with you, she come.
I accepted because I lived in London so long, and I have English and American friends in Bologna. So, have you ever been here, Bologna? Do you know?
No, I've not been to Bologna. I've been to Italy a few times. I've been to Rome, and I've been to Florence and to Pisa, and I've been to Sardinia.
Oh, nice. But where do you still live in England? I haven't.
Yes.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah. I've always lived in England. Yeah.
How do you know each other, you and Lucio? How do you know each other?
Because we both participate in Spencer Tunick photographic installations.
Okay.
You know Spencer Tunick, the American photographer, and he takes pictures of multiple people and he travels the world to do this.
Ah, I didn't know.
Lucio and I have been at many of Spencer Tunick's photographic installations,
Oh,
and
right.
we met in Graz in Austria
Ah, all right.
in January of this year, and
Okay.
he very kindly gave me a lift in his car.
Oh, right.
And,
Yes.
and
Lucio is
Teresa,
doing loads of stuff. Huh? Lucio,
he-
you need to practice your English, huh? Prepositions, accent, pronunciation.
accent,
But
I'm from
but
Bologna.
at least you guys
Bolognese.
understand each other. Yeah. I mean,
Mike and other people of London, of UK, understand me also if I speak in Bolognese.
yeah, I can see that. But Lucio does loads of things. I mean, we lost track of it. She was doing photography and then movies. What do you do now? What do you do? What have you been up to, Lucio? Loads of projects and things.
I send my curriculum.
Yeah. You better. You better. Lucio is very busy, yeah. So.
No, I'm crazy, not busy.
But do you still work in the bank or not?
Yeah,
You still work? Yeah. Wow. How are your children? Your children are okay?
Yeah, 19 and like 17.
Wow, they've grown a lot. Wow, yeah. Okay, that's nice. And
parla.
Yeah, go on. No, it's okay. You speak.
No,
Teresa, Lucio says you are the Marilyn Monroe of Bologna. Is that correct?
That's rubbish, you know. I mean, I'm getting old now, and with no makeup, and you know, I put on a little bit of weight. So I used to be 10 years ago. But now I live a different life. When Lucio met me, I was going to clubs and, you know, getting dressed up. Now I live a more simple life, you know. And so, well,
never mind. You're more alive than the real Marilyn, so.
Oh, yeah. I need that.
Teresa, come si dice abituati?
Get used to.
We are get to use
no.
it. We are get to come?
No. Allora, se metti o metti we are getting used to, oppure we got used to, capito? Choose one of the two. Uno dei due devi dire, capito? So we get used to, ci siamo abituati, no?
No, siamo abituati.
Sì, we are getting used to, capito? E poi metti il verbo.
To see the women without dress on the installation. So
yes, I know. But where is this installation? Where do practically?
That could be in lots of places.
You don't know where, but if you meet me and Mike, you can come with us.
Yeah, we'll let you know as soon as we know that there's going to be an installation. We'll let you know.
Okay. But you know, you were talking about Nudie Beach, right? There are also places here. You know Lido di Dante, Lucio? People go naked there. Lido di Dante in Emilia-Romagna on the beach. Sì. You know, there's also Oasi di Dello. I went with my ex-boyfriend in 2011. It's a nice place on the hills, you know, after Castel San Pietro, you know, near Villaggio della Salute, and they are all naked there. I went a couple of times.
I never stayed there.
Do you know Oasi di Dello?
Sì, I know.
Yeah, I went there twice, but to me, being naked, it's a bit funny because, you know, it's a matter of hygiene as well, and getting you. I don't mind the tits, okay, but the other part, I'd rather wear, as bikini or underwear or something. But it's okay. But I understand it's a matter of feeling free and being used to it, you know. So I understand what Mike was saying before about being naked, you know. So you don't need to wash your clothes all the time and the bikini. That's quite convenient.
Yeah. That's right.
Teresa, noi a Bologna siamo abituati a fatti
Gnocca fritta. Do you speak any Italian, Mike? Do you speak a few words?
No, I've never learnt Italian. I hear that buongiorno is a word.
Okay.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, that's it. Nothing else. Ok.
Barbara mi dice, no, scusa, Elena Barbaro, che ho mescolato tutto. Elena mi ha detto, ma ti stai allargando adesso. Ho detto, no, non è vero, perché adesso la chiamo anche lei. Da Pordenone la prendo e la porto in Austria. Sì, adesso anche a lei glielo dico. Va bene. We close the live
right.
with the last. Ciao Teresa, grazie.
Ciao,
prego, figurati. Nice to meet you. See you again.
Good to meet you too, Teresa. I look forward to seeing more of you.
Okay, all right. Okay. We will see each other again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ciao, Lucio.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao. And, have a nice dinner.
And we closed the interview with tomorrow you start the day how?
Tomorrow, I don't know. I've got a lazy day tomorrow. I've no plans for tomorrow, but on Thursday I'm going to I'm going to a naturist club in Wales, in North Wales, and then on Friday I'm going to Scotland for 11 days. So lots of it's the holiday season. I have to get out and about. But not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a quiet day. I do my washing tomorrow.
Okay. So I thank you, Mike, and I thank also Elena, Teresa, Maria, Picchio Tenace Rock that write and who make the like, Steven Renzo, Vittorio Piccinini, Giovanni Alvisi, Picchio Tenace Rock, Luz Gamboa from Mexico, Maria Jose Herrera Diaz, also Elena Barbaro, Noe Chavez Lopez from Colombia, Lydia Davila from Mexico, all the people who don't write or put the like, all the people who see the interview next time. And I must make better my English, yes. For the next time, I will be better. But not from the grammar. Also from the grammar, I'm bad also on the school. So I speak like I eat the tortellini. Thank you again, Mike.
You're welcome.
And
good to take part.
Yeah.
It's been a new experience for me. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.